G'day guys, Jay from Thomas Auto Trim here again. Sitting behind me is Alan's 54 F100 pickup truck. Equipped a full custom interior by us. He opted out of leather this time, but all the details and intricate work we put into it has really brought that vinyl to life. It's a nice sunny day here on the Gold Coast. We're about to take a drive in this thing and show you what we've done to it. After our first contact, I knew Alan was the type of man who appreciated the era of this truck and how the interior needed to be finished. After learning it was his late father's truck he wanted to finish in his memory, I automatically shifted my mindset into a clean and classic style for its interior. Nothing over the top or too loud. We landed on a nice beige and a light brown contrast for the truck and vinyl. Purists will actually spot the brown as XW Falcon and the beige as XY Falcon. Being an F100, it was nice to be able to keep the colours and patterns in the Ford family. Whilst the boys at Street Rod and Custom Speedshop were still working on the truck, I began on the seats. I find the seats are a benchmark for an entire interior. You need a design that has the ability to flow from the seats and through the rest of the truck. The simplistic offset center lines in a textured cloth paired with some nice brown piping breaks up the bulk of the beige beautifully, and I knew continuing on that I could use this contrast and design gorgeously throughout the rest of the truck. Next step was the rear wall. Having been kitted out with a hefty sound system throughout, it was my task to blend it in without pulling away from the classic feel of the truck. The rear wall alone houses a 12-inch sub and two 8-inch speakers and also a small storage recess. All built from scratch in a combination of fiberglass and woodwork. The next step was probably the one I was most afraid of tackling, the floating roof. I really threw myself in the deep end with this one and spent a ton of time simply engineering it countless times over in my head. Once I had a game plan, it was finally time to rip in. After loads of curses and restarting a few times over, it was finally complete. I knew from the beginning this was always going to be a standout piece of the truck, and I'm happy to say it delivered that wow factor I was chasing. The floating centre actually houses an LED strip in a warm white that acts as a roof light and illuminates the car at night. Again, super stoked on that finish. It was my first attempt at something like this and definitely won't be my last. Up next were the doors, and they're always my favourite part of a build. I retained that clean and simple feel with some classic chrome strips, offered more storage with a small pocket, and mimicked the insert design of the seats and roof to tie it all through. As always, I like to finish the bases off with carpet to match the floor, so the German square wheels finish them off nicely. Having some of the other big ticket items complete, I moved on to the half console. The main goal, storage. Whilst already having a deep console with folding armrests, I also included the new chrome power window switches and another small storage recess for small change, wallet or phone. Again, very simplistic but fits so comfortably among the rest of the interior. Last of the big pieces of the puzzle was the carpet. As always, German square weave is my go-to. Paired elegantly with a brown binding to blend in with our colour theme and finished off nicely with some floor mats to match. Having all this done, the truck was really starting to shine. Moved on to the last of the tidy up pieces, which was the shifter surround and gear boot, both handmade and shaped to suit, and also the kick panels, which housed a 6-inch speaker, small tweeter and aircon vent each side. Again, I hid the speakers by blending them into the vinyl with the fine beige speaker mesh that sat seamlessly into the glassed and body filled panels. Notice too, the aircon vent was stripped down and wrapped in a matching vinyl before being mounted to the kick panels nice and high to hide those retrofitted creature comforts. My goal with those panels is always to have the eye breeze past them and not to create an eyesore upon first inspection, and even though you've been watching this interior the whole time, I bet you haven't noticed them yet. Just like that, the last of the jobs was done and I was finally able to stand back from the truck and truly appreciate the finishing presence the interior delivered. This truck was a truly fun interior to design and build, and I'm stoked Alan gave me creative freedom on it. He was absolutely blown away with the result and has her out any chance he gets. Thanks again for watching guys, as always I appreciate the support. Got loads of cool cars and bikes coming up, so be sure to follow along on our socials for updates as it happens.